Ooh, we're here in Taunton Town.
What was that?
I was going to yawn just as I was about to say it, and I gave
great.
up. So it sort of came out in like a weird yawn shout.
So we're in Taunton.
This is the Tower of Doom, officially.
No, it's not. Why?
No, we'll get there in the midway through this video. If you want to skip to it, go ahead. But you won't know which bit it is.
Good answer.
Positivity, because we also found some really great stuff.
Which we're going to show you.
Those platform vans are really are quite a good find if you can get them at the boot sale in the summer and pay a couple quid for them.
Yeah.
They sell really consistently for like 25-30.
And they've only been out for a couple of years, so like they're still quite relatively new as opposed to kind of just regular kind of vans.
Yeah, I find at the thrift shops. I said thrift shops.
Wow.
I find at the thrift shops they're
Do you mean charity shops?
yeah, that's what I meant.
They're so American and cool.
They're priced up. They're always priced up.
Always are. Like
Vans and Converse.
but irrelevant of like a special edition or like anything else, you know?
Yeah, always. Right, and trying to leave a bit more like looky stuff in so you can feel like you're there with us. Like we're like the Three Musketeers, and it's you, me, and him.
A few people have mentioned that kind of thing, that they enjoy going thrifting with us. So yeah, you're going to see a bit more. I'm going to call it hanger flicking.
Yep. So this is a sea salt schmock. It's in this like woven polka dot pattern. Almost geometric.
With
but
one
not
pocket.
quite.
I quite like that.
With one pocket. £6 is a very good price for sea salt. Now, my sea salt sales have slowed down. The train has slowed into the station and we're pretty stagnant at the moment with the sea salt. So I did leave that one behind. I find different brands ebb and flow, especially in the bread and butter territory. At the moment, Hush is flying faster than the bullet train in Japan.
Yep.
Talking of Hush, this isn't Hush.
This is
PS by Paul Smith, but I love the pattern. It's like a ditzy paisley print.
Ditzy paisley.
£7. I would expect to get 60 back for that one. And next to it was a Hush newer tag for £23. I nearly had a heart attack. But the Paul Smith, super nice.
Yeah, I guess once again, to be fair, the Hush is brand new, so in their mind it's brand new tags. That's the rather price difference.
I totally get it. It was just what was funny when I was browsing. But the Paul Smith is really nice. PS Paul Smith with the paisley print, 7 into at least 60.
We were talking about scarves recently on I think on another video on Instagram maybe. You know how much scarves are and can you pick up decent ones, and a lot of people were of the opinion they don't bother with scarves. And
no, it was the other way round.
No, they don't bother with scarves, but they're going forward.
No,
really,
it was I'm the only person in the world that doesn't look at scarves.
Wow, that makes two of us then.
Seriously, this is Gant. It's £3.50 and it's red.
The reason I looked at this was the label's been cut off, which a lot of scarf labels are. That's why they're kind of hard sometimes to track down what they are unless they have embroidery.
This is Sahara, really quickly. Sahara old label. I thought it was a little bit too like tailored, like fitted. I like Sahara when it's like oversized and fantastic.
This scarf, just quickly, we were talking about Gant as well recently, so it was kind of a double
entendre.
Ditzy. Anyway, I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, shall I get it? Shall I not? It was such a bright red, like Santa Claus red.
Does anyone wear Santa Claus red? I'd be interested to know that, because I really like it when old men wear red corduroys.
I would love some red corduroys.
Exactly. See,
you looked at me then like hinting. Yeah, okay.
So on
this
the
is
other
beautiful.
Hand, I found new label Sahara, and this is the first new label I've ever found. It was how much was it? £6, I think. But I thought it had a real chore jacket style.
It did.
I also thought the colour was very contemporary, very wearable, and very chic. That like olive green with a hint of lime.
That colour and that style, I would wear 100% myself if it was kind of a denim or like a heavy cotton.
I just noticed how you put that scarf back, and you need to go back to that shop and apologise.
Did I put it back bad?
Yeah, really naughty.
Well, I'm so sorry for that, and I don't know what to say.
This is a great vintage brand. It depends on the piece you pick up, and it's normally severely overpriced.
Yeah.
But it is a great brand to be on the lookout for if you can find any, like, it reminds me of Joseph Ribkoff, but not Joseph Ribkoff at all.
It's higher end, isn't it?
Yeah, you want some sparkly fun pieces.
Isn't Aquascutum coat for, I think, £30?
Aquascutum is regularly picked up, and you want to look out for the Aquascutum check, which is beige and navy blue.
Yeah, it's the house check. The other thing I was going to say was a lot of you don't really see Aquascutum anymore cheap. Like the coats are always priced up. I think they're aware. Like it's a brand that they're like is on.
They're caught on to
which is fine and great. Like get the money. That's what I say.
But what I find is be on the lookout for the shirts, The hats, especially the hats, the scarves, anything like that are great to look out for.
Oh, 100%. The brand isn't dead, don't get me wrong.
No, and I try not to go for the new TK Maxx stuff either, only because it's been overproduced a little bit at the moment.
And listen, you can still make
the classic stuff.
You can still make your sales, but before this kind of new wave of Aquascutum kind of got released, a polo shirt would go for £90. Like it was like it was Burberry money, and now I'm just afraid they're not. Speaking of Burberry, they're not Burberry. Moving on. You like that, didn't you?
Yeah, I like that. They put the cabinets in the window of this shop, which I actually think is a really cool thing because you can like browse the cabinet. It's like an antique shop vibe, isn't it?
Yeah, cabinets are usually like by the desk.
Yeah,
I know that sounds like very like obvious, but they are. I don't.
Like,
there's no rhyme or reason.
I think it's because they secretly don't lock them.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, and they just pretend to wiggle the key in when you ask for it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, like they're not. I get your point.
No, I actually do think they lock them. I was looking at the scarves and I found something, me on my own. I found a John Lewis scarf. It's like ribbed and it's £4 and it's 100% cashmere. Yes, I did that. I did that all by myself. I mean, it's not a mez.
You were determined. You were determined so hard to find a scarf, weren't you?
Look at my little face. Oh.
See? You were so pleased.
Oh, I was so happy. I actually just wanted to find a scarf that I could... Yeah, I always like belts. I always like ties. Quick flips. They're small. You can tuck them away. But I always avoid scarves. I normally... It's because of the way they're normally presented.
Pair of Marc Jacobs on the right-hand side there. Marc Jacob trainers, £60.
They were in our last video 3 weeks ago.
Were they actually?
1 month ago, actually. Sorry.
Oh, my goodness. This charity shop, it has a few bits, but as I'm sure now, the cat boots, I think they were 20 or I think they were £30, heavily used. So we just don't tend to go in there, to be honest. It's kind of like, it's up or down.
And so we enter the shop. Now, we're going to backstory before we get to the clip because I want to show you firstly, I barely edited this series of clips, so it is a bit long and tedious because I wanted to show you how long we were in the shop and I wanted to show you how the events rolled out.
Yeah.
And, you know, so this shop is a Mind, love the charity, love everything about Mind, love the shops.
We do.
They have a corporate donation of sea salt goods, which can be really good for reselling, and on the other hand can be not so good for reselling.
Nice Barber.
This is a pale blue padded Barber International women's. It is very unbarber.
Yeah, it was very nice though.
How much was it?
£17.50?
No, that's not too bad.
It's pretty reasonable actually.
Not too bad. And was it down? You didn't look, did you?
No, I didn't.
No, thanks.
Because I tell you why. Because it was very unbarber. I just don't think they sell.
Okay. So we took around. We go to the back of the shop in this one. I like to start at the back and work my way forward. Men's is at the back, women's is at the front, and we work along like that. Once again, as you always know, we do every single garment, as you can see here. We're doing every single garment, and I wanted to make sure we kept that in. We were in the shop for a good...
10, 15 minutes?
No, longer than that. We were in the shop for 15 to 20 minutes before the altercation took place. My best friend there is in the back, and he is the altercation gentleman.
I wonder if he's noticed this by now.
I don't know. It doesn't... well, yeah, he's looking out, so who knows? And it's interesting to watch back, actually. That is the manager of the store, who we speak to in an interesting manner. So literally, you go right to the back. Anyway, let's talk about it. So I found this nice of more vintage night jacket, but not quite vintage, but it's got that skater.
Very Nike SB kind of vibes. Yeah, you're right.
But it wasn't. I was expecting it to be that one that I always say looks like ES, but it's actually 5.0.
I know what you mean. Yep.
Anyone who knows their Nike stuff, 5.0. Austin thinks it's going to be a gem of the future.
Watch this space, guys.
Watch this space.
You said how much have you ever seen of it picking? Considering you see so much Nike.
No, not a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a break. Some Hugo Boss. Hugo Boss is normally very fairly priced down this way. I don't think it sells for huge amounts of numbers because it is made in large quantities, but we're picking up at the right price. But I did find this. This is a denim western couples. The couples.
Look at those buttons, folks. They're skulls.
The buttons are skulls. I think that's so cool.
They're also metal as well, which kind of... give it a little bit of weight as opposed to plastic, you know?
£7. The only one I can find that sold this was a black one in America, and it sold for $80. So I'm going to aim for £70.
Awesome. Good news.
I like the denim as well. I also found this vintage...
Ben Smith?
I still thought it was Paul Smith. It was Ben Smith. I picked it up thinking it was Paul Smith jeans and it was Ben Smith. If anyone knows
brother.
Ben Smith,
it's his brother.
then, you know...
He's on the sideline.
Let me know. This is Lowry's Farm's men. If you can find any of the utility wear from Lowry's Farm, it sells really well.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, like cottons, linens,
Denims.
chore utility wear.
That was very them. So like we say about toast being not so toasty, that's the same kind of vibe there. So that's why we didn't kind of.
As you can see, also from this clip, that we are spending a lot of time at the back of the store.
Yeah.
We now make our way forward. It's just comical when I watch it and how long we spend in the store.
It is what it is.
You would expect it to be like walking the store. That's female. That's
female Rohan.
That's women's Rohan.
Ladies,
which everyone knows is I don't like picking up, so we move on swiftly. If anyone's got any experience with Rohan women's wear, I'd like to know your opinion before I start delving into the depths of it. I don't want to buy it and it sticks around, because I really don't want it to stick around.
Yeah, we've kind of taken a leaf out of a few different kind of people's books, Instagram and YouTube community, to try and kind of delve into the Rohan and we've done well. Like, we have done well, no?
We pick selected pieces. So if you're looking at Rohan, I look at the more technical gear, anything that looks a bit more complex than your average like technical t-shirt or anything like that.
If it looks like there's quite a bit, like you said, quite a build quality to it, like it like it would be expensive retail, that kind of thing.
If it looks like you would go walking in it or see someone walking in it with like a really posh pedigree dog,
literally,
then you probably would like want to buy
exactly
it. Do you know what I mean? You know 100%. When you see like rich people with wraps on.
It's the same with the North Face stuff, isn't it? Like, obviously the more expensive, there's pieces which go for like maybe 20, 30, 40, 50, and there's the pieces which go for like 2, 3, 4, £500.
Yeah, 100%.
You know? Resale, I'm talking, sorry, not retail.
So it's just selected pieces, but if anyone does have any experience with Rohan's women wear, then I would like to know. I did find this really cool brand. It's a I think it's Australian. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll put it in the logo here. It's called Hund.
Yep.
Which is German for dog.
Is it actually?
Dog.
Is it really, or is that a guess, or is that a noise?
Ein Hund ist kalt.
Oh my gosh, there's gonna be complaints.
My dog is cold.
Oh, I wanted to show this guy. It was called Spencer Bear as opposed to Polo Bear.
As opposed to Polo Bear.
Yeah.
Close enough. Close but no cigar.
I'm guessing it's Marks and Spencer's.
I love how we graced over my German language. We are rambling.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
We are rambling a bit, but I wanted to demonstrate how long we were in this shop before we were...
I think we've done that because people have actually fallen asleep at this point.
No, they're enjoying it. It's like, come shop with me. A lot of sea salt shoes. Please be quiet. A lot of sea salt shoes, a lot of sea salt scarves, a lot of sea salt hats, etc., etc., etc. All at the corporate donation price. So there's not any little wiggle room in it for us.
I'm pretty sure most corporate donations, they're given kind of price guidelines. I don't know that for sure, so don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure because a lot of them are the same or similar prices from retail, like sometimes they're half, but sometimes they're like, I don't know, all the t-shirts are like 15, for example, or 25, or I think they're given kind of rough guidelines as to if they have the items, what they're to sell at.
Yeah, 100%.
You know? Yeah. See, I'm just saying, I think in general that's something which is quite interesting to note.
At all.
No.
I've heard, and then they run sales of things. The scarves are very affordable.
They're really good. They're like £9-10, I think.
I do get the sense that obviously people get clued up to the, I don't know, what styles are sales styles, etc. Or there's like a lot of over production.
Overstock.
And, you know.
Yeah, no, 100%.
My favourite thing to pick up from Sea Salt while we're having the conversation is the glitter stripe. Every time I see the glitter stripe now, I get really excited. One of our luscious humans that I talk to on Instagram, she said they bring out the glitter stripe at Christmas, and now I'm just obsessed with the glitter stripe.
Yeah, because it means it's limited edition and kind of it's
special.
Yeah, it's special. That's exactly it.
I just like it. I think it's really cute.
So here's me going through some trousers, or skirts maybe. Do you know what? You forget when you look back kind of at a shop like this now, and we're going through kind of each item almost individually. What you actually do in the shop, and obviously most YouTubers, same as us, we kind of cut it down. So like this one shop is like literally 10 minutes,
and you can also see how many misses there are out of hits.
Yeah, of course.
Which obviously most YouTubers won't show you because this is boring. But obviously you've got us to entertain you while we go through it.
Yeah, 100%. But I will say, I mean, like I just said, we crop ours down because, to be quite frank, does anyone want to watch kind of 10 minutes of finding nothing? It is supposed to be some kind of entertainment, I guess, value there, even if people aren't entertained by us personally. But I also think it is important sometimes to understand that we might come away with one piece. through the whole,
Yes.
every single, I mean, how many items we flicked through already at this point?
And that's a good day.
And that's just me as well, though, because obviously you'd be doing the other half.
Yeah, I know.
Which is even more interesting if you think about
This
it.
shop is fully loaded, and I do really actually enjoy this shop in terms of the stock package they offer, if that makes sense. I know it sounds really silly, but
No, I agree.
There's a lot of good quality brands and a lot of good quality items.
A lot of the stuff they get kind of shipped in is nice things. That's what you're saying, yeah?
Yeah. So in a minute, we're not going to skip to the part at all. We're going to get to the part of in which people are obviously dying to see, and we'll put the audio on to show you what is said, and then we'll get back to you after the said clip. Okay,
so at this point, note, I would say in the top right hand corner, I think if the manager, you said Ms. Manager, he's watching and kind of waiting.
He did a head nod
to
his colleague,
and
then I don't know what he's cleaning. Look, you can see there's some
you can see
thing.
She's coming down,
and it enrolls.
Hi guys, I'm going to have to ask you why you're filming.
Yeah.
Okay, we have policies, and we've spoken to our head office, and we have to ask the reasons behind it.
We do YouTube videos on reselling high-end clothing.
Okay, but what right do you have to come in and film our products?
It's a public space.
It's not. It's private land, my friend.
Okay, so we'll stop.
So, if you can switch it off, or make your way out the door, please.
Future pickers here. You just saw the clip in which we got asked to leave a charity shop. We were filming, as we always film. We have filmed in that shop previously and had no problems. Just so everyone understands, and we wanted to clarify when Austin said this is a public space, and obviously it's not a public space. We're not stupid. Firstly, the situation was very hostile. Straight away from the outset, it was just like, it was a lot straight in our faces. Two people coming straight at us. We'd been to the back of the shop. We'd wandered around. We'd been in there for like 10 minutes at this point, so it was all very strange.
It was weird, yeah.
And when Austin said public space, just to be clear, you can take photos and video in any space that is open to the public, whether it be a shopping mall, a shop, a library, anything like that, until a manager or someone who owns the building, etc., asks you to not film. And that applies in any establishment. Like, even if you're out for a meal and you're filming, like, getting crunk with your girls, if a manager says, can you not film in our establishment, you do technically have to stop. It applies anywhere, and shops tend to be a bit more strict about it because obviously they have merchandise for sale. You might be casing the joint, etc., etc. We obviously, you watch our channels, we go to charity shops every single day of the week, and we have been filming non-stop now for 10 months, and we have never even been asked. Some shops we go into and say, oh, we watched your last video, like, it was great, fantastic, please don't get my face in.
I didn't think about that. We had that recently.
Yeah, please don't get my face in, but the content you do is great. It encourages people to shop in charity shops. It passes the message that charity shops aren't just for low-income families, etc. Although they're very helpful for that, we completely understand, but they're not just for that. Charity shops are there for everyone. And I think the stigma of charity shops needs to be completely removed, because I think charity shops are cool. Anyway, that's why we film. We film to show you how to make money. We film to show you different fashion brands, fashion in general, there's loads of things that we cover in the luxury pickers, and that's really cool. This person hadn't previously watched any of the videos. They complained to head office last time we were in, because they obviously saw us filming. They had probably seen a GoPro before in their lifetime and thought they're definitely filming, because we'd never spoken to them before, so they could neither confirm or deny whether we were not, etc. They asked why we were filming. We obviously said we resell clothing, etc., and the conversation, once the camera had been turned off, just went. We got asked to leave. However, we had found a shirt, which you'll see in previous footage. Austin asked if we could purchase it.
Still bought. And
he said, yes, of course you can purchase. You can carry on shopping. After he had just said that we had to leave. Anyway, from that point of the conversation, everything just took a nosedive downhill. And
it just felt a bit negative, that's all.
We were in conversations with Mind the Charity. We were asked to talk to their head office about filming in their stores, etc. And since that conversation, this is purely a managerial problem and not a charity problem. It was a Mind charity store that we went in, and we hugely respect everything that Mind do as a charity, and everything the stores do as charities, and like no issues whatsoever. This was purely a person to person issue, and not a they weren't acting on behalf of Mind charity themselves, and that is okay. So we're going to continue these conversations with Mind and see what happens, and we will be visiting other Mind shops, etc, etc. Just that one I don't think was too
White
welcoming.
birth maybe, too soon.
Too soon. Anyway, back to normal procedures. If anyone's got any questions about it, drop your comments down below. That's fine. We'll answer anything. It's totally cool. Because I know that sometimes when you see like footage, you may see it from a different perspective to how it felt and how it was when we were in store. So if you have any questions about anything like that, or you can DM us if you want any advice on filming in stores, etc, etc, etc. However,
sorry, we only actually got, I'm just thinking now, we actually got asked the other day, I don't think it was DM or comment, someone asked us, did we ever ask a question?
No, who asked us?
Someone asked us recently. I won't say who it is, I'm not sure if I can remember, but I'm saying someone asked and we were like, oh, we've never been asked, that never happens.
I think we were talking to another reseller.
Do you know what I mean now? That was literally the other day.
Yeah, we jinxed it. Anyway, no one's ever had a problem. If anything is celebrated, because we're encouraging the shopping of charity shops, and that makes money for charities.
That's what they need.
I mean, we make money too, and you make money too. But they make money too, so everyone makes money.
That's the main aim.
It's not a bad thing. You know? Anyway, so enjoy the rest of the video. We'll see you soon. Tomorrow, next day, and for 320
whatever's left.
More. Back to normal proceedings. You can see just from little things in the clip, I don't know what you mentioned there before, but just how he stops the rail with his hand. It's all very like
it's very quite aggressive, really.
It's aggressive mannerisms, and
we didn't need it, and that's it.
No, and that's it. And you know, if anyone's got any questions, well, like I said before, just
put them in the comments or DM us.
Let us know and see what your opinion is. I know a lot of people think that we shouldn't film. A lot of people obviously enjoy the content of filming. I don't think it hurts anyone. If anything, it encourages people to go into charity shops again. So you know, we
weren't looking for trouble, and we aren't looking for trouble. So we'll just leave it at that there, and we'll move on like we always do. Speaking of which,
this is a gorgeous jacket.
Look at it.
I'll put comps in £60. It's like a patchwork. Oh my goodness! Look out for this brand if you're on the hunt. It's just like I can't even.
It was £60 just to clarify. And it's worth every penny.
I haven't even put the comps in. I know it's going to be fully worth it.
This was aligned with this, like as in with a separate liner Gant jacket. It was amazing.
How much was it? Really expensive?
I think I want to say about 30 or 40. Yeah. It wasn't expensive, but it wasn't it wasn't £5 or anything.
I was helping this lady. It was really cute, so I left it in. So she was trying to work out how this jacket worked because it had toggles on the inside.
Oh, I was explaining that it was reverse, and that the labels would be in there. She just didn't know how to do. And that's the two differences between two different shops.
Yeah,
you know,
we want to encourage people to shop in charity shops. It's totes cool.
Yeah, of course.
I think you can tell by the tone of the voice of the last clip that was some reseller beef. It was. The more I hear it, I'm just like, that's just such reseller beef.
It is what it is, isn't it, guys?
It's a power trip, and that's all it is.
Low Alpine.
Low Alpine. Austin's obsessed with Low Alpine. We'll move on.
And it sells.
It sells really well on Depop, and he loves it. It's his favourite thing to pick up, and I have to tell him to stop because otherwise we become a Low Alpine shop. Okay?
You're right.
Right, in my hand, I want to talk about this because we don't pick up a lot of glassware.
What? We don't pick any glassware.
For anyone someone asked me the other day if we were drinkers, and I know for... not because we come across as heavy drinkers. But
you have to be totally
No, they were just asking. And anyway, I don't drink. I'm partial to a cocktail and I'm partial to an after dinner like aperitif.
Which means she drinks.
But I don't drink at home.
No, you don't. You do not.
No,
I'm playing.
You know,
I would totally snake on you and grass you up if you did.
I don't drink wine at all, right?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I drink.
No, we don't drink wine.
No, I drink.
I gravitated to these wine glasses, and I put the brand in for you now, and I'll put the comps in. I'll put the comps in for this glassware.
They were mental.
These wine glasses, I can't even describe to you how big they are. Like, I know it sounds stupid. I know you can get big wine glasses,
but like they're usually like the comedic ones you like find in like in B&M or something at Christmas.
These aren't,
but they're that large.
Yeah, they're
not supposed to be like comedic.
They're bigger than comedic size.
No, but they're not. They're supposed to be like a fancy glass.
Look, that's a man's hand. hand. That's Austin's hand on them.
I don't have small hands.
No, you don't have small hands.
I'm just proving a point, lady.
These wine glasses, how big would they be in terms of...
I mean, it's a bowl. That's a bowl.
You would fit...
A vase.
I'm telling you now, and you listen to me.
I'm listening.
You would fit 2 bottles of wine in that one glass.
I would think a bottle and a half at least, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a strong drink by any stretch.
Those big ones you can fit a whole bottle in.
It's bigger.
They were big. Anyway, so they were £7.
I do know what you mean, though. It doesn't translate so much on the screen. It just looks like a big glass.
So big.
It's huge. It's huge. It's like a bowl with a what do you call it? A stem.
I'll put a picture on Instagram. So they were £7.50 for 2, right?
Yep.
And the vases of this brand, which I'm going to put on screen because I can't actually remember it.
You say vase or vase?
Vase. I say vase because I'm not American.
Okay, I like
vase.
To be. Vase. A vase.
They retail, the vases, resell for over $200.
Right.
£200, sorry. I just got into the American thing. And the tumblers, someone sold used tumblers, a set of 4 used tumblers for $65. So I'm hoping for the best there.
Look at these.
Are a pair of mulberry trousers. We didn't pick them up because they don't sell very well. But these are 90s. That's a 90s label. They were only £8. So if anyone wants to pick them up, enjoy. I don't pick up any of the vintage plain basic. We mentioned it in another video. Only exceptional pieces at the moment from there. But they had the spare buttons on, and I thought that was really cute. I'd never seen them with spare buttons.
The coolest thing was, because back then they were made in different areas as well, the spare buttons were from a spare button company and not Mulberry themselves, which is kind of cool.
They're actually from Moorplan.
These were Sebago or Sebago, depending on how you say it or where you're from.
They're really good to pick up in men's sizes in the deck
shoes or boat shoes.
Yachting boat shoes.
Just any kind of thing which goes on water, basically.
I actually really like the name of the shop.
That's sad.
Yeah, but I like the branding. I think it's very thing. We walked in the shop, bought an Omen, not all of them, but a selection of Only Fools and Horses on VHS. And Austin walked past, and I was so surprised because if anyone knows Austin, he's a hardcore fan. And I'm not talking about a seasoned fan. This man can do every single line from every single episode, and you can quiz him
Don't do it. Don't do it. You'll lose. No, I'm just playing. Don't do it. I'll lose.
It's not just a joke. It's a way of life. Anyway. So
Jolly Boys Outings is my total favourite, and Bethany gave me the nudge, wink, wink to say I was actually allowed to purchase one for my own kind of pleasure, if you will.
I think we're going to use it as a paperweight.
Yeah. Kind of cool, though. I don't own a VHS player anymore.
No, but I like to pick up like fun things like that. I think it's quirky. You know when people come to your house and they see all the quirky things you got?
And just to clarify, I say that like people haven't owned VHS players for like 20 years. Why I say that is because I used to have one to watch all my old kind of vintage retro wrestling stuff, like literally a few years ago, which I actually sold. Not the videos, but the actual VHS player. So that sounded strange that I would own one.
Yeah, well,
so that's why I don't.
Surprise. So into the men's section. So first up is a pair of Lokes. They're missing laces, but you know what? We've got some friends in high places.
Shout out Tom.
Shout out to our Loke bestie. Literally, we only pick up Lokes because we want to impress him. Those were some wingtip. Learned that. No, they're not wingtip. They got the cat toes.
Oxford.
I don't know what they're called. Anyway, we got those for £4, and they should do 40 hopefully.
See, Bethany said I'm the mad one, right? I'm trying to deal with some Lokes, and she's showing me motorcycle boots.
Someone shouted at us for not looking at these last time, and they're £30.
But they're beat, aren't they?
But I showed them so that we showed that we picked them up. These Merrills were really nice too, but they were 20.
Yeah.
Which is a bit much.
The Lokes used to go back without the laces were £4.
Yes, that's why everybody said that.
What?
Everybody said that.
No.
And I found some more because Austin's not very good at a job. And those are some smooth leather ones, also £4.
But with laces.
Bonus feature, laces. So we got both of those, obviously.
Because, 2 pairs for £8.
Because that means we can double.
Look at the dust on that VHS. That is amazing.
We can double impress Tom because there's 2 pairs.
Times 2.
2 pairs of Lokes.
We told you a local one was coming.
Anyway, so I had to get down and check them all then because obviously Austin wasn't doing his job correctly. So I was just taking one.
At this point, Bethany hasn't even started ladies' wear, just to clarify. So, like, do your job, lady. That's all I'm saying. Get over there and do your job.
I prefer menswear. How many women's clothes resellers prefer menswear?
I don't think any.
That sounded stupid when I said it.
And do you know what? I actually, truthfully, I enjoy doing women's wear more because there's more of it.
Oh my goodness.
I just go to the men's, like, naturally, like, it's just, I don't know, it's a subconscious thing.
That's cool. So from now on, you do ladies' wear and I'll do men's.
100% down.
Well, no, but every time you go to shop and I go to menswear, you say, get out of my way, sissy.
As I just said, because in my head, it seems natural for me to go to the men's wear because therefore I am. Amen.
Well, this
So harsh.
This show shop's at the end of town for anyone who has ever visited Taunton or wants to, and it is a great shop. Last stop, we went back.
I think we had a bit of a funny 5 minutes because we said we don't really go in this store, and we were like, do you know what? It's raining, it's wet. Let's get in there. Let's see what we can find. What we can't find.
That's not Burberry, just so everyone doesn't shout us on the screen. We did look at it. We examined it. It's not Burberry, okay?
You don't really have to examine that. You just kind of glance over it and move on.
Someone's going to say, did you miss the Burberry? And I'm going to say, no, we didn't miss the Burberry. We didn't miss this either. This is a Barber.
So this is a Barber t-shirt. It's obviously a sky blue, but the reason I bought this and picked this up is the size.
I think it's duck egg blue.
Yeah, maybe so. But yeah, it is actually. No, you're right. It's not even maybe so. It's £5. But to be honest, once again, it's the size.
Double X.
I'm losing my patience with you right now.
Did you know the size of that?
No, I was waiting for the screen to flash up. But when it did, you stole my thunder. I don't know what your problem is lately.
They retail for...
Go on, you tell everyone. What's your problem?
What do they retail? About 45?
Yeah, they're about 45. And this is an embroidered one as opposed to a printed one. Can I talk?
No.
Gosh. I thought I was the one who interrupted.
Sorry.
Yeah, double X. And Barber fits large anyway, unless it's slim fit.
And how much are you getting for it, Austin?
Several £1,000s. 35... 35, 30, they go really well because once again those sizes are produced less than smaller sizes.
I was looking at some blue things, funny enough. As it goes, I was actually looking at some
what a coincidence.
Because I was feeling...
You were picking something from the same part of the colour wheel.
I was... I was about to say, I was feeling blue.
Oh, God.
Here we go. Look, I got two things.
I'm blue, dabba-dee, dabba-da.
I am actually satisfied by
Look at your face. Come on.
He said, that's nice.
God, yeah, whatever. Move on.
God,
you know, we should just do we should do the whole video, not even mentioning brands anymore, just see your reaction to what I bring.
So I got this Nerby.
Like a Furby.
Nerby, I think it's £4.50. I think I'm going to ask 35 for both of these.
And I suppose hiding those prices was my camera work again.
Yes. And I got an Ashpinger.
Oh, yeah.
Aspinga. It's I'll put the logo up here.
Is it Italian?
Not sure. They have shops in posh places. I saw one the other day in that posh place.
Okay, fair enough.
Anyway, that was £3.50. I shall put the comps up here, but I'm hoping for 35. If it's not 35 and it's more, then go me. While we were at the till, they were having a deep discussion about this Moschino purse.
Yep.
Austin's nosy, so he has to see it. And here it is. This is a spell out Moschino purse.
Well, it's not really, but that's what it says.
It's a counterfeit product. It's £25, but they were having a conversation because they decided it was real, so they put the price up from £4 to £25.
I did mention,
determined it by Googling it.
Yeah, I did mention that it was counterfeit, and once again, it just went out. So we're not going to, it is what it is. Do your thing.
A lot of people ask if we tell people, and then they shout us and said, would you have told them if you were buying it? Yeah, I would have bought it and told them. I seriously would.
Yep.
Because
I would have bought it first, because you know what? This is actually a business, I'm afraid. Mm-hmm. I'm not a horrible person, but that's a factual thing. Like, anyone saying they would, you lie.
You like it. It's all for charity. Let's just move on. Let's move on and enjoy the rest of our day. This has been a long video. We understand that. It's been a bit much, and we're sorry. But we will see you tomorrow for a shorter one, so that you don't have to put up with us.
And I promise I won't just have to go flick through hangers for like 45 minutes.
No, or you could just split this, watch a bit, and then watch a bit tomorrow.
Don't do that. Watch it full.
Okay, fine.
Bye.